This lesson for geometry is focused on the area of trapezoids. So a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. So again, remembering quad from quadrilateral means four sides. So one thing to note is you're going to have to be able to tell the difference between a parallelogram and a trapezoid because they both have four sides. So if we're looking at this, when they say they have one pair of parallel sides, these sides right here for this one, the top and bottom, if we continued them on forever, they would never intersect. So those are the parallel sides. Versus this right side and left side, if I continued them, they would intersect. So these two wouldn't, these two would. So only those two are parallel. For this example, same thing, we have the top and the bottom. If we continued them on forever, they would keep going straight, they would never intersect. Versus the right side and left side would eventually intersect. This one's going to the left, this one's going to the right. And then over here, it's the left side and the right side that wouldn't intersect. Again, if we look at them as lines and they continued forever, these two would never intersect, versus these two eventually would meet at a point. So if you're looking at labeling them parallel, we do those little arrows to show they are parallel to each other. So steps to finding the area of a trapezoid. So first thing, just like we've been doing, we are identifying the parallel sides, and these are going to be our two bases. So the parallel sides are our two bases. That's what's important. We have a base 1 and base 2. And then we are identifying the perpendicular height to the bases. Use then the formula area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So there's the one to the right has fractions in it, and you could use it, but we're not really going to be working with ones that have fractions, so this is the way to look at it. So when we're talking about that, we have our base 1 and our base 2. We use both of those, and we have our perpendicular height. The reason that we use both bases is we're going to kind of find the average of the two. We're going to find kind of those middle marks. This one's too short, this one's too long, so we're going to find what's the middle length of those two. So let's actually put this into action. So find the area of the following. Just like we've been doing, we're going to count the number of sides. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. But as we said, there's only one set of parallel sides, so it's not a parallelogram, it is a trapezoid. So the formula for the trapezoid is area equals, it's kind of tricky, on the top, base 1 plus base 2, close parentheses, times the height all over 2. So let's look at what that means. First thing that I look for generally is I'm looking for that perpendicular height. So in this case, I see this dotted line and I see that little 90-degree symbol. Well, what side is that 90-degree symbol connected to? It's easy to see that it's connected to this side. We also have to use the opposite. So we highlighted the bottom, we need to highlight the top. Those are our base 1 and base 2. Doesn't really matter what order you put those in. So I'm going to plug this into my formula. My base 1, 18, plus my base 2 on the top, 12, times our height, our perpendicular height of 11, all over 2. So I'm going to calculate within the parentheses first. So 18 plus 12 is 30, times that perpendicular height of 11 over 2. Next step, I'm going to multiply 30 times 11, which is 330, divided by 2. Plugging that into my calculator, 330 divided by 2 is 165. And the units were yards, so it's yards squared. All right, number 2. Number of sides that I see, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. There's only one set of parallel sides, so it is a trapezoid, not a parallelogram. The formula then that we're going to use is area equals base 1 plus base 2 times that perpendicular height all over 2. So let's look for what we can plug in. First thing that I look for is that perpendicular height. So I see that dotted line and that 90-degree symbol there. What side does that connect to? Well, the 90-degree symbol connects to this side right here, but we also need the other side. So since the right side was highlighted, I'm also going to highlight the left side. Those are the parallel sides. And plug that into my formula. Base 1 is 46 plus base 2 of 12 times the perpendicular height of 27 all over 2. So area equals, I'm plugging into my calculator, 46 plus 12 is 58 times our perpendicular height of 27 all over 2. So I'm going to plug into my calculator, 58 times 27 is 1,566 all over 2 is 783. So our area equals 783. The units were meters, so meters squared. All right, number 3, the number of sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, there's only one set of parallel sides, so it is a trapezoid, not a parallelogram. Therefore, the formula is area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the perpendicular height all over 2. When I'm looking for this, normally the first thing I look for is that perpendicular height. We have to be careful here because I see my 90-degree symbol. I have to figure out where are the two bases because these two sides are connected there. The two bases should be parallel. So if I have the bottom and the top, those aren't parallel because they eventually connect on the left. Versus my right side and my left side, they will never intersect. So these two sides are my parallel bases, base 1 and base 2, and this side is my perpendicular height. So I'm going to plug that in. Base 1 is 18 plus base 2 of 15 times our perpendicular height of 7 all over 2. So area equals 18 plus 15 is 33 times that perpendicular height of 7 all over 2. So A equals 33 times 7 is 231 over 2. And when I plug that into the calculator, I get 115.5. And the last one, counting our sides, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. There's only one set of parallel sides, so it's a trapezoid, not a parallelogram. Therefore, the formula is A equals base 1 plus base 2 times the perpendicular height all over 2. First thing I like to look for is that perpendicular height. I see that dotted line and that 90-degree symbol there. What side is that connected to? The 90-degree symbol is connected to the bottom, which means our other base is the top. So that's our base 1 and our base 2. So plugging in what we know, our base 1 is 11.9 plus our base 2 of 5.5 times our perpendicular height of 4.8 all over 2. So plugging into my calculator, 11.9 plus 5.5 equals 17.4 times that perpendicular height of 4.8 all over 2. So 17.4 times 4.8 is 83.52 divided by 2 equals 41.76. The units are centimeters squared.